Hey Grant, hope you're doing okay. Here's the video from your last lesson, sort of a before and after. The before is on the left, and the after is a drill shot, a drill swing that I had you making, toward the end of the lesson here. We got the handle a little bit further forward on the right. We got the weight a little bit further forward, and we're going to just highlight some elements of the swing that we were changing. So, if you look here on the left, very centered shoulder turn. I really like the backswing. Um, Swing gets a little bit long, and we know the reason for that. The reason for that is left elbow bending right here. Um, we talked about the need to keep that left arm straight in your very first lesson, and you started to do that a little bit more consistently toward the end of this lesson. So again, that's something I really want you to focus on when you're doing work in front of the mirror or out on the range. Really keeping that left arm straight. And, the ramifications of that are, our only attachment to the club is through our grip. And when we establish our relationship to that golf ball, you're typically doing so with a straight left arm. So you can see at address here, your arms are hanging down pretty straight. Therefore, if we get to the top of our backswing and the arms flex, well, we are changing the radius of our swing arc. The club head isn't traveling in as big an arc as it should, and therefore the low point of our swing arc can be compromised. So again, I want us to keep that left arm a little bit straighter. And as you start down, make a really nice move into your left side here, getting back to your left leg, getting the weight back forward. But notice how fast your wrists are sort of uncocking there. We call that throwaway or casting or whatever term you want to call it. But basically, the left arm before impact is in line with the shaft. So what that means is basically all the energy that we had stored up at the top of our backswing when we started down. You had this angle, 90-degree angle form between the shaft and your left arm. That's potential energy to be delivered to the golf ball, but you're releasing that early because you're not controlling those wrist angles, and so we're potentially losing power. But also, if the wrist angles change and the club head passes the handle of the golf club, the low point of our swing arc changes. So that's why we went immediately to that drill, which is here on the right, and you'll see a much more dramatic change in the impact alignment. So very good turn, beautiful wrist hinge, full 90-degree wrist hinge when the left arm's parallel to the ground, weight pushing forward. Now notice how much more forward handling you have when you reach impact. You got a beautiful flat left wrist. The weight is more forward. The club is, the handle of the club is more in front of you. And what this is doing is it's going to help us draw the golf ball because it's potentially making the path of our club more out to the right. Say this is the target line here. The more the handle is in a forward position, the more the club head is moving out to the right, on this line here. So that's critical in your ability to draw the ball, and it's critical in your ability to strike the ball before the ground. Notice how much more extension you have through impact, through the hit, how the arms are much straighter into the follow through versus on the left. You can see how left elbow is bending and the club is, the left elbow is just sort of moving behind you there and not quite as extended as much under the follow through. But overall, pretty dramatic changes to your impact alignments in the full swing versus this drill. So I want you to stick with this drill, get out there and beat some balls in this mode, really replicating, 6-iron, 7-iron, 8-iron, even a wedge if you want to, but a lot of shots in this drill, getting the handle forward and the weight forward, swinging out to the right, introducing a right to left curve to the golf ball. anyways, I hope this helps you. Nice changes, and I think you're on the right track. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.